This is the Limo Show.
This is not another story. This is not another drill. I refuse to be another number.
Welcome, guys, to an episode of the Limo Show. This is the third episode. I'm here with a special guest today. It's a woman. Her name is Leonie. She's from Paris. And we're going to talk about man and woman relationships, what's the best way to approach a girl, what's the best way to behave with a girl, for example, in a nightclub, or even if you're in your regular life, in your job, if you're in high school, or even if you're in college, what's the best practices. And that's it. So welcome, Leonie. Welcome here.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome. So Leonie, what can you, first of all, can you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Leonie. I'm from Paris. And right now I'm in Montreal studying at Mc.Gill, studying business.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I might be able to answer some questions about guys. So let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go. So, Leonie, first of all, you seem to be a girl that goes out a lot in Montreal, right?
Yeah, so it's my first year, so I feel like for a first year I'm just going out as much as everybody. So yeah, I'm going out, I'm going to clubs, to bars, to a friend's house, so yeah.
Okay, so by going out a lot, what was the best way a guy, for example, came and talked to you in a nightclub, for example? What was the best way, or what was the worst way? What's the worst thing to do?
The best way, I don't have a specific example in mind, but I think someone funny. So someone who would make a joke, maybe a dad joke or something really bad, whatever, but someone that is kind of different, that has a different approach.
Someone that doesn't take it seriously, someone that's
honestly,
playful.
Yeah, someone that I can laugh with, so I get interested in him. I want to ask him questions. I want to know where he's from, and I just want to get to know him because he made me laugh, and that would be a good way. But also the worst way, I would out of my mind, I would say someone that's just dancing behind you, waiting for you to grind on him.
That's creepy. Yeah.
Honestly, it's creepy. You don't even know the guy, so.
And he doesn't even talk to you. Those guys that just stand behind and just trying to get your ass, and that's it.
Yeah,
so,
honestly, as a girl, sometimes you dance and you look around you, and there is a bunch of guys around you, and you don't even notice, and they're just it's kind of disgusting. So please don't do that. But maybe just come talk to me. Don't be shy and be funny.
But what makes you laugh, for example, for yourself? What do you know, in the past, made you laugh on a nightclub, for example? If I'm a guy and I want to learn how to do this, how to go to talk to a girl, what triggers you to laugh?
One night in Paris, some guy asked me to do a dance-off. So
a dance-off?
Yeah,
what do you
just
mean?
a dance-off. When two people, one person dances, and then it's your turn, and it's which one is the best.
Okay, yeah.
So a dance-off. I think it's funny because you don't expect that from a guy. You just expect him to dance with you and be close to you. But with a dance-off, it's more funny. And also just a dad joke, something... I don't know, but be kind of, be cheesy, be funny. I think it would work at first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just I'm curious, when that guy came to you, he was dancing first, in the dance-off, he was dancing first, and then he asked you to dance also, or?
Yeah, that what he was dancing, he was a good dancer, so he was dancing, he asked me
Okay, so
for
he
a
was
dance-off.
making the show in front
Yeah,
of
he was, that's the
Okay.
thing, he was kind of making a show, and then when it was my turn to dance, I kind of danced by myself, and then the guy, he could come up to me and try to dance with me at that point.
Okay, so he brought you to his reality. So he was making his own fun by dancing and by bringing other people, and then he brought you to his fun. You know?
And then at the end you end up just dancing with him and having a good time with him. So at first it's funny, everybody's looking, and then at the end, he grabs your hand,
isolates you a little bit.
Yeah. And I think it could work. It could work.
Yeah, nice, good point. And during the day, like, do you get a lot of guys, like, for example, coming up to you, or is it just...
Yeah, sometimes people come up to me and the first thing they say is, "Are you Russian?" Because I'm blonde and I have blue eyes.
Stereotype. Honestly, me too. Sometimes I do that. Are you Russian? Are you European? Yeah.
Yeah, and I honestly, if the guy is cute,
I think first time I saw you last week, I said that. I think I said, "Are you like kind of Russian?" Anyway.
Really, I don't remember.
Anyway,
Maybe. Yeah. So maybe come up to a girl and ask her a question. Don't just say, "Oh, I saw you. You're cute." Like, a lot of people say that. A lot of guys say that, and it's just so random. But like, if you ask a specific question, it could work. Or like, I was gonna say, if a guy came up to me and he was like, "Oh, I think I saw you somewhere," you know, like, we can start a conversation. Because I'll be like, "Oh, really? Where? Oh, blah, blah, blah." And then,
even if it's false?
Yeah, maybe. Okay. I don't care, but it would start the conversation. Yeah. So if you want to talk to someone, it could work. Or
don't start with like a compliment, like an obvious compliment?
Honestly, no, because everyone, like, does it. It happens so much. You're just gonna be like one of the guys that talk to me in the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. And I think personally, in my experience, I think the best way to open a girl is not with a question in general. It's better to open her like with a statement. For example, you seem very fashionable. Like, where did you get this? Oh, you seem that way or this way. Or you make like acknowledgements, like presuppositions about her that aren't even true, but it's just playful. Because if you're gonna ask questions, it can turn into like an interview style where it's like, where are you from? Oh, where did you do this? Oh, where did you... And it can escalate into an interview question. So it's better, my experience, to start with like statements. But anyway, like, I like your point.
I think it could work as well. I feel like if a guy came up to me and just like said something to me, "Oh, you look like this," you know, like, I would want to talk back to him and be like, "Oh, no," or "Yes, maybe," and then start a conversation. So I think it could work.
Yeah, as a girl, as a woman in general, like, do you read sometimes about like men and women relationships, like, for example, books, or are you interested in that, or do you feel that everything must come naturally and that you shouldn't, for example, learn that in books or something?
You mean like learn about
pickup, or even like relationships, how to have great communication in your relationship or whatever?
I think you could learn about it by reading. But at the same time, I feel like you learn by doing. So you learn things about relationship when you're actually in a relationship.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly. Totally.
Learning could help, because you could kind of like know what to expect or how to act in certain situations. But at the same time, everybody's different. Every situation is different. It depends on the relationship you have with the person. So really, you learn when you experience things. So
yeah, let's say, because you had obviously a relationship one time, or whatever, multiple times, and so when you're in a relationship and let's say you go out by yourself with your friends, how is it for a girl like to handle how guys come to you, even if like doesn't like... Has it ever happened when you were out with some girls and you had a boyfriend and it was just you and your girls, and you saw a guy that was specifically your type, like he had everything, honestly, and wasn't it like super hard to like handle this, or were you like, how do you handle those situations?
I think most of the girls, including me, maybe even though we're in a relationship, we might go talk to the guy. You know, if we find him attractive or something, or if he comes up to us, like, we might start a conversation. But at the end, when you really know who you're in love with, because I believe that when you're in a relationship, you love the person at the moment. So if you know with who you're in love with, you're not gonna go further. So being out with your girls, talking to guys, like getting hit on, whatever, and like kind of playing games, it's not that big of a deal if you know who you love, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So you can be playful, but to an extent.
Yeah. So sometimes, I'm out in a club and I have a super fun night. I'm with my friends, and I meet this girl. I meet many girls, and finally I meet a girl that, you know, it clicks with her, and we have an awesome night. We have a drink there. We move to the bar. We talk, like me and her, and then comes 3 a.m. So at 3 a.m., you know, you're kind of like, you want to stay with her, but at the same time she's with her friends, and she don't want to leave her friends, and you're kind of like, you want after party with her, but she's with her friends, and you know, you don't know, as a guy, you don't know how to handle like this situation. What would you advise guys like to do in those kind of situations? Would they like persevere and like try to make really an after party with them, or how do you as a girl see these kind of situations? And like, I'm just curious.
So if I like a guy and I spend like the whole night with him until 3 a.m. and we get drinks and we talk, honestly, I would, if it's the first time we meet, I would like him to be more like, let me get your number and I'll see you tomorrow for coffee.
So day two. Okay.
Honestly, day two. But at the same time, if I'm in the mood like, oh, he's really attractive, like I want to, you know, like go back to his house or something, the way I would want him to do that would be to be really smooth and not too aggressive about it. So not like, hey, do you want to go back to my place? Like, no. I would want him to be more like, what are you doing? Oh, do you want to go home? Do you have any plans with your friends? You know, like ask questions so I understand what he's about to ask. And then I can myself, if I'm in the mood, be like, yeah, I'll go home with you. That's an option, you know?
Okay.
I feel like girls, if they're comfortable, they would say, I'm going home with you. But at the same time, the guy has to be smooth and, you know.
But, you know, for many girls, I've noticed, like, when you say, for example, home, or when you say this kind of words, like, let's go to my place, it's kind of like red flags for girls. It's like, it's obvious that what are we going to do at home? Like, it's kind of like at 3 a.m., you know. So it's kind of like, it's a red flag, and most of the time, girls don't go out alone, so they have some friends with them. And when you have some friends with you and like you don't want to like be slut shamed, you know, by some friends, how do you handle that?
Maybe the guy could throw an after party, I guess.
And invite the other friends?
Yeah, maybe invite the other friends, and then like an hour into the after party, like I'm sure people would get tired and go home, and then if the girl wants to stay, she'll stay, you know? But usually if girls want it and want to go home with you, they'll go. But most of the time, I feel like when you just meet at the club, you're not gonna get, like have her the first night. Like you might have to go on another date.
Day two, yeah.
Yeah, it just depends on the mood and on the ambience, and you know.
Yeah.
There's many factors, but maybe throw an after party, see how it goes.
Yeah, perfect. And for you, for a girl, how many times do you think a guy should see a girl before asking her like to be his girlfriend, or like to make something serious, you know?
Oh, for something serious, I feel like it takes time.
Ah, yeah?
Like, honestly, if you want someone to be your girlfriend, I mean, there is like the 3 dates rule, you know?
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
How you go like on 3 dates, and at the end of the 3rd date, you like
Really?
you kiss her and blah blah blah. I feel like
But it's kind of like a movie thing, no? Or
honestly, is it? It's kind of bullshit. But at the same time, if you want her to be your girlfriend, you're gonna take your time.
Yeah.
But
right.
if you want to ask her, like, hey, can we be, you know, like casual, see each other sometimes, whatever, you know, it's kind of different. So.
And do you think like love at first sight can happen? For example, you meet this girl, she's incredible, you had an amazing date or whatever, there were an amazing party with her, and in the same night you know that you want her, and it's kind of like you feel that she has the same feeling towards you, and just kind of like in the same night you say, oh shit, we should be together. It's bad, right?
It's bad?
Yeah.
No.
Is it bad or no? Or
No.
how do you feel about that? Like,
honestly, if you have like the first sight thing, I think it's really good. But at the same time, I feel like your relationship is gonna be really messy, because when you
Yeah.
feel those kind of feelings at first sight, it's gonna be, I mean, you're gonna have a great relationship, maybe great sex, great everything,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, like you might have a lot of arguments and stuff. But I think it could happen, and I think it's normal, and it's really not bad, you know?
Yeah, right. Okay, so one of the last question I want to ask you is, you know, sometimes I'm in the club and I'm having a drink, I'm dancing on the dance floor, and I'm seeing a stunning girl. Okay, like she's stunning. She has, you know, every attributes a guy could dream of, and then like, how do you know if she's interested? Like, for example, you feel that she's looking at you a little bit, and you feel that she might be interested, but you kind of don't know. And as a girl, like, what do you think about those situations? Like, how can a guy know if he should go or if he...
Yeah, so usually in the club, I feel like for girls, when you're interested in a guy, you want him to feel like you're not interested. So it means that you're gonna make eye contact, you're gonna dance kind of sexy, like, you know, like you want him to look at you, but at the same time, you don't want to look at him. So usually if the girl looks at you sometimes, but not all the time, and then maybe if she starts dancing with like her friend, like really like sexy, or even if she talks to other guys, but by making sure she's around you at the same time so you can see, this means that she's into you and she wants you to come talk to him. So if she wants to make you jealous, if she's trying to be sexy, if she makes eye contact, anything like that, and if she's always around you at some point, it means that she wants you to come up.
Yeah, I see what you mean, and like that's great points, honestly. But sometimes, you know, I feel like there's like this checklist. Okay, like okay, she's in front of me, she's close to me. Okay, check. She's dancing and she's like trying to be sexy. Okay, and she's maybe looking at me sometimes. Okay, but sometimes all these variables could be luck, you know. She's just looking because she's looking, she's just close to you because she's close to you.
Yeah.
And like, you can't never know, right, if you don't really go. No?
Yeah, true. You can never know. So if all of those checkpoints are there, whatever, maybe just go talk to her, and like not in a creepy way. So don't come up behind her and try to grind on her. Like, don't do that. But just try to be nice. Maybe smile at her at first, and if she smiles back, I feel like it's okay. Like, hey, come up and talk to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And actually, like, I was thinking, because when you were talking, something like just popped in my mind. I was thinking sometimes, you know, when you're in the dance floor, there's a lot of music, and she's dancing and you're dancing, and it's kind of hard to like strike a conversation. How can you like? Is it sometimes I feel like it's just better to shut your mouth and just take her hand and try to make her dance, rather than talking to her, because the music is so loud and she has so much stimuli, and you know.
Maybe in a bar, talk to her, but yeah, true. In clubs, it's kind of difficult, and like, you don't hear anything, and the guy is like screaming in your ear, and it's really
and at the
annoying.
same time, if you're not gonna talk to her and you're just gonna be like physical, like from the start, she could feel like it could be too much direct, and you know, you could lose her like that way.
Yeah, well, it depends like how you want to dance with her. If you grab like her hand and try to make her come up and dance with you and your friends, it's totally fine. It's great. But if you're really like touching her everywhere, like her arms, her legs, her butt, whatever, like it's not like, that's not the right way. But
yeah, you begin by little moves, like just shaking her hand, or
just like little moves, and make sure that she's into you. So if she looks at her friends like, oh my god, what is he doing, like, please stop, like don't make her feel uncomfortable. But if she's like into you, grab her hand, dance a little bit, then get closer, and maybe like say something in her ear like, oh, you look good, or whatever, and you know.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's great points. For you, what's the best attributes for a boyfriend? I know it's personal, but for example, for you, what makes you like, what's your kind of checklist that you, when you have a boyfriend, you say he has to have these characteristics, like?
Okay, so for a boyfriend, so like long-term relationship, I would say the guy has to have ambition. That's like one of the first thing. So he needs to know where he's going, maybe how he's gonna do it. So
Let's say he's a really good student, he has like A plus and stuff, but he really doesn't know what he's doing after school. Do you consider that ambitious also?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's fine. Okay, if you don't have like a career plan, it's fine. But if you're good in school, you have like a minimum of culture, and you're intelligent, and you, even though you don't know what you want to do specifically, if you know you want to have a job and you want to have a career and you want to do something with your life, it's totally fine. That's what I would call someone ambitious. Someone that wants to do something with his life. So someone ambitious, someone social. Like, it would be annoying to have a boyfriend that would never go out with you and always, stay at home, whatever. So someone social, but not too much because jealousy. And then, someone intelligent, someone that is talkative, that listens to you also. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, how would you feel? Would you date a guy that is like chubby, like really like kind of like?
Yeah, I don't care about looks.
You don't care about looks?
Honestly,
Okay.
that's a thing.
Yeah,
At first,
but would you rather date like a guy that goes 5 times to the gym and that is really fit and all, but that spends less time with you, but kind of like more intense moments? Or would you rather have a guy that you see like mostly every day, but kind of like less intense? I don't know if you see what I mean. I don't know.
like intense in what way?
I mean, like, for example, you see him, let's say 2 times a week, but you have incredible experiences. Let's say you go skydiving and hiking and doing new experiences and stuff. Or you see him every day, but it's like
platonic.
regular stuff.
Yeah.
It's not so platonic because you can still like find good subjects or whatever, but it's kind of like you just see him less often. Like, what is the best option? Is it like regularity or is it like intensity?
I think it's better to see someone less, because every time you see him, it's like really fun and you spend like a really like good time with him. But like, to go back on the guy who's going to the gym all day and like the chubby guy, honestly, the guy always at the gym, I feel like he's like full of himself. That's kind of like the stereotype.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like it's kind of the
honestly,
stereotype these days. Yeah.
If someone is really busy and I can only see him once a week, it's totally fine. But if you're busy doing sports, like, I would not date you.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I would prefer intensity rather than, like a routine and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to be busy, like, be busy with something that is actually interesting.
So Jamie isn't interesting.
Honestly, no. I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
no.
but if it's a guy that like he has ambition, but his ambition is, for example, to be a bodybuilder or an athlete.
Okay, that's fine, but just not for me. For all the
not
girls,
okay.
it's totally
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I'm just talking about
Yeah.
being ambitious, and for me, I don't want to date a gym trainer. You know?
Yeah.
That's just not me.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Just have
Yeah.
ambition.
Nice. And what was? Did you meet some like guys? Because guys, for those of you who are listening who are abroad, we are in Montreal, Canada, and there's 2 types of French people, like Québécois from Quebec and French people. And for you girls, like, what do you think as a French woman of the guys like Québécois, like of their accent, of their culture? Is it something that you can move with, or is it just a killer for love?
I feel like the accent is kind of a killer for me, and usually my type is French guys, really like, I don't know, like the most basic French guy you could imagine. That's kind of my type, but I feel like it's different for everybody. But honestly, the Quebecois accent is really a killer for French girls.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. But yeah, but I feel like also girls that are here for like, that were here for like more than 4 or 5 years, they just get like they just get along with it at the end, because they just like, it's just a habit. Like when
you spend 5 years somewhere, it's becoming your home, you know. So,
yeah, it becomes natural for them to
yeah. So I think with time, you know, people get over it, but right now it's kind of a killer.
Yeah. Nice. Is it better for a guy to have like is size very important to you?
No.
No, it's how he uses it.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, cool.
What about guys? What's the most important things?
For a girl?
Yeah.
I wasn't about to talk about this because it's mostly guys, but if you're curious, I'd say like, because you guys, I think, have two main characteristics, which is boobs, boobs and ass, right?
Okay, yeah.
So for me, I'm more of an ass guy, but for people, they're more of there's different people,
depends.
you know.
Okay.
So me, I'd say like, I'd say head first, of course.
Okay.
Like the head is.
Hopefully.
Head is so important, and personality, of course. But physically, like for me, ass and then boobs. No, head, ass, boobs.
Okay, so you have a hierarchy.
No, it's just like how I feel about that, and how I noticed I'm attracted to. Like, it's just natural for me. Like, it's natural. It's nature, guys. So that's it. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, Leonie. I think you provided a lot of value for the guys out here that are listening right now, and hope we're gonna have you again. Thank you.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Thanks.